Man, it just like hurts my soul sometimes. Like, y'all act like y'all don't get it. Like this shit is normal. And like um we deserve this, or like this is just a natural consequence of things. Um be it from the oppressor or from like anything outside of ourselves. Like, I don't understand how people seek solutions outside of themselves. Um, and then I'm starting to realize that the reason they're able to do that, the reason people are so apt to seek solutions outside of themselves, is because most of where they view their problems is outside of themselves. Their problems are never a creation of their own. So it makes sense that you would expect. Um, I'm sorry, I'm just staring at myself talk instead of looking at the camera. That's sick. I know. But anyway, um, so like as long as you place the blame for something outside of yourself, or you place the cause outside of yourself, then the undoing of that cause must also lie outside of yourself, because you didn't do it, right? So it just makes you a victim to the reality of your situation, because you're only, every way you look at it is they did it, so if they did it, they're gonna fix it. And it's like, until you can be willing to look at the truth of the situation, and be able to place yourself as a causal factor in your situation, until you're able to do that and be like, this is what I did to get here. Even in every situation, anything, good, the bad, you have to be willing to look at what you've done for your personal situation. Your history determines your future only to a certain extent. It's how much you allow it to do so. So to keep using this, slavery, set black people back, and that's why black people, da da da, is like the equivalent of saying, my mom wasn't there for me when I was young, so that's why I'm fucked up and I'm 45. Right? Because you're supposed to be continuously growing, even if those are the conditions you enter this world in, that your mom wasn't there, or that whatever the fucking circumstance, at a certain point, you have to be willing to address that is hindering you in some way. Be willing to look at it in the face and come to terms with it, which is difficult, right? And to look it in the face, come to terms with it, and then let it go. You're not moving anywhere. So as long as you fall back on slavery, you're not going anywhere, because it'll always be a crutch. Black people are using slavery and the 1960s as a crutch. I don't have to do anything because I can't do anything, and I can't do anything because slavery. And they perpetuate, and they know that this shit works. They know that this keeps you motherfuckers from doing anything. So they perpetuate it to your children. They beat it in your head as a child. You're a slave, you were a slave, you'll never be shit because you were a slave. And your dumb ass sits there and you accept that shit. You accept that slave sticker. I'm not even trying to become all those hotep motherfuckers and all that. Not the point. But you accept those identities, not understanding like you're putting that energy on yourself. You're allowing that energy to be put on your children. If the only story that your children are hearing is that they were slaves from the moment they go into kindergarten, you're getting is pumping into your mind an identity of servitude, whether or not you've ever lived that experience or not, because it becomes in your energy. We wouldn't carry that energy if it wasn't pumped down our throats every day. You understand what I'm saying? So as long as you're feeding that that victim mentality, and that if you don't agree with me, then you have mental illness. Keep feeding that monster and see how far it gets you. It's not going to get you far at all, by far. You'll be sitting here in the same spot looking stupid. talking about somebody did you wrong, and it's all in your head. You can't do me wrong. Can't do nothing to me. Can't. And here's why. Because I don't, how do I put this? I don't use my opinion and my perspective as a framework for who I am. I can have an opinion about something and not attach to that opinion. It doesn't have to become concrete. That is the point and the only method for growth. How are you? The ideas I had when I was 19 are not the same ideas I had now. The ideas that I had when I was 26 or 25 are not the same ideas that I have now. The ideas I had yesterday are not the same that I have now. Why? Because I'm constantly taking in more information. I'm constantly broadening my horizons. I have a very broad range. I have experiences at the highest of the highs, and I have experiences at the lowest of the lows. I understand where the middle lies. A lot of people don't have that. A lot of people have very limited scopes. They're either over here or they're over there. And by being both of those, and those are their ranges, their scope is much shorter than mine. Their range is much shorter. So, not to go all rangy, and I ramble. When I start talking, I go. So I'm sorry. You're going to have to get used to that if you're going to be watching. But people who know me know me. But anyway, so I forgot what this video even started out being about. So yeah, whatever I started this video about, what you think about that? How do you feel about what I started out talking about in this video before I got off track? You tell me what you think. I'll let you know what my thoughts are as well. Thanks for tuning in.